Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you two different techniques to place ribbon on a Christmas tree. So I have two different trees in my home that we're going to be decorating. We have this small 6-foot one in my entryway, and then we have a larger one in my living room. So we're gonna kind of jump right into it. I have a little helper, so we'll see how far we get. But if you are new around here, my name's Sarah, welcome. I would love to have you subscribe to my channel. And with that being said, let's get into decorating.
Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside.
So you will hear a baby in the background. She's crawling around and just talking. But this technique is actually super simplistic. I used to get really intimidated by adding ribbon to my tree, and I never could quite figure out how to do it. And then within the last couple years, I realized that this technique is kind of just like, I don't know, the dummy's guide to putting ribbon on a Christmas tree. And so you just take a long roll of whatever ribbon you want, and then you just cut it. All of my pieces are not even the same length. So I just make like a piece about this long. And I did that for the champagne gold one as well. And then all you do is stick it into the Christmas tree and make it bubble. I'm gonna show you right now. So I always like to kind of start at the top and then work my way down, but you literally just take one end, I kind of just pinch it like this, and you just stick it into your tree. You can wrap a branch around it to give it like more security. I do that on some pieces I don't. These flocked trees are very forgiving because you can hide a lot. And then you just take it and you kind of bubble it like a C, and you stick the other end into another branch. So that's what it looks like when you first put it in. You literally just stick it into the branches and then bubble it out. And like I said, I really like to start at the top and kind of like work my way down, just adding in the various ribbons. I always start with ribbon first and then place my ornaments afterwards. But usually I'll kind of start about the same level as the other piece here on top, and then just bubble it just to give it a little bit of symmetry. But it really is such a simplistic way to add ribbon, and I can't believe it took me a few years to figure this out. So I'm gonna speed it up and kind of show you what it looks like as I'm working on it.
We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sanctuary. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart.
So obviously I still have a baby, and we know that babies and Christmas trees don't always work out. So down here at the bottom, I do like to tuck and wrap a branch around either end just to secure the ribbon, because I've learned in years past if I don't do that, the babies just rip the ribbon off. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. It's very simple with an artificial tree. So basically you're going to take the end and you're going to pinch it into like a tiny little end like this, and you're going to find a good place to tuck where it will be hidden. So I'm going to tuck back here in this tree, and then you take a branch and you just twist once or twice around it. That time it was just once, and it's secured back there, and then you can kind of just pull branches down to hide that, and then you fluff it into your C shape, pinch again on this end, tuck it back in the back, and wrap with a branch once again. And that really just secures it. That way the babies cannot pull the ribbon off. And it looks like that. I'm going to show you the technique for twisting here as well. So find back here like a branch that no one really sees. And then you want to take your artificial tree, wrap it just one time. It'll look like that. Pull the branches around it. And then tuck it in. And there is another small branch back here that I can also wrap around this part just to ensure that it stays in the place that you want it to stay. Throughout this process, you do want to kind of like step back, look at it, see where it's bare, and make sure you put ribbon in those places. Like I said, the plan for this tree is to add 2 different ribbons. So I'm starting with the burlap, which is a much wider, thicker ribbon, and then I will fill in with the other. But like right here, we have a bare spot, and then you do want to make sure you continue around the back, just because in this particular place in my home, the back will be seen. If it's stuffed into a corner where nobody sees it, I don't always add ribbon on the back, but for this particular tree, I'm going to have to.
And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh.
Okay, so I think I've got the burlap added where I want to put it. I still have a few pieces if I decide I need to add any more at the end. But as I went around, I just have a little bit going up the sides, and then just enough in the back that you can still see the burlap going around and it looks like it's not forgotten, but I did not waste a lot of ribbon back there. Okay, next I'm going to be going in with like this champagne gold. It's kind of like a shimmery ribbon. This does have wire on either side, but it's not like super thick or really easy to like shape. This is just a thinner ribbon that I think I bought at Walmart last year. So I'm just gonna go in and kind of fill in some spaces just to bring another pop of color into this tree, and then we will do ornaments. But I'm gonna be using the same technique. As you can see, the edges of this is very frayed, like I was not careful when I cut it. So that's when the technique of twisting the ends and tucking them in the branches really comes in handy. So I'm gonna kind of like just fill in throughout this tree. I won't use as much of this as I did the burlap, because the burlap is the main ribbon for this particular Christmas tree. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this and kind of just speed it up and show you the process.
The sunset, it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the January. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart.
So as you can see, the gold ribbon is just adding like another element to this tree and just making it look like really like elegant and beautiful and just fuller in general. I do want to take a moment and really talk about this tree, because this is actually a $69 tree from Walmart. Like, I was blown away with the price when I saw it last year, and I scooped it up immediately. It's also pre-lit. The flocking actually stays put really well once the tree is fluffed and decorated. It is a little bit messy when you're first starting to fluff it up after taking it out of the box and decorate, but once you clean it up and nobody's really touching it, it really doesn't make a very big mess. Well, we got a little friend who's messed with her hair. Look at her hair now. But I will go ahead and link this tree in the description box below. They do sell out quite frequently and really quickly, so I'm not even sure if it's still available this year. But if it is a great option for just a simplistic like second tree. You could put it in your master bedroom, you could put it in a kid's room, or just like as a smaller tree like in your entryway like I'm using. It's a great option, and I will link it below. But I'm kind of obsessed with it. I shared it like crazy last year when I first found it. Look, can you say hi? Say hi. Hi. Are we decorating for Christmas? You look like Cindy Lou Who. Hi. You say hi? Hi. So this is what the tree looks like with both ribbons added, and then I will fill in with ornaments and picks to finish off the look. I mean, if nothing else, the flocking is a game for your children. Look at it. You're silly. Get it again. Is that funny? So here is the finished tree with all of the ribbon and the picks and the black ornaments. Just super simplistic and elegant. I still need to add a tree collar at the bottom, but this is a super simple technique for adding ribbon to your tree. So that's it for this tree. Super simplistic, easy way to add ribbon, pops of color with the picks and the ornaments, and it looks super elegant. So for a $69 tree, I'm very happy with how this turned out. Next, we're gonna move into my living room tree. I'm gonna wait until after nap time to start filming that because it's going to take me a little bit longer. But stay tuned for technique number 2 on how to add a ribbon to a Christmas tree. Now we're in my living room and we are going to start on my living room tree. It is also a flocked tree, but it is higher and a little bit wider than the one in my entryway. Now, this next technique of ribbon is something that is a little bit more intricate, and I've actually not done this in previous years, but I'm excited to try it on this tree. So I'm gonna take you step by step and show you how to do it. But the ribbon that I have chosen this year for this tree is kind of like this muted, like bluish gray. I got this at Walmart and I got 2 different rolls, so I'm hoping that will be enough. The great thing is my tree is into a corner, so the back doesn't have to be as detailed. But I love just like this soft blue color. This is a wired ribbon, and I thought it was something different, but can still be super traditional. Because if you've been around my channel before, you know that I love to decorate for Christmas in more of like a neutral, like wintry theme. And I thought this ribbon would go great with that. So this is what we're going to use. And then the bulbs that I picked up for this tree are this like gorgeous, like champagne muted gold. These are also from Walmart. I got 2 packs of these, and I thought that this gold in combination with this blue would be really, really pretty in here. And then my decor, like in my rug, has kind of like this muted blue color. I have some navy pillows, so it kind of all ties together. But enough rambling about that. We're going to get into starting to put the ribbon on this tree, and like I said, I'll take you step by step on how to do it. So unlike the other ribbon where I cut it in strips, this one you're not going to cut. You're going to leave it whole until you get the whole first strip on your tree, and then you can cut it and move on to the second strip. So this technique may seem more complicated since you are working with a long strand of ribbon, but it's not. The goal here is just to create movement and to fill the space on your tree. So you're just going to make a series of loops that you secure with the tree branches. If you have a real tree, you'd probably have to use like wire, but for an artificial tree, it's much more simple. So as you can see, I've got 2 to start. Then you just want to put your hand behind the ribbon to create a loop. That way the loops are more consistent in size, and you kind of want to have movement. So you don't want them to be in the exact same place as the one in front of them, but you kind of want it to like move throughout the tree going down vertically. So you just pinch, and then you will wrap your branch, and once it's wrapped, you just poof it out. Very simple. And then you just take your hand and you do another one. We're gonna make it go over here, wrap, and poof. And you just work your way down the tree vertically until you get to the bottom, and then you can cut your ribbon and move on to another section. This blue against the flock is very, very neutral, but I think that's where the champagne ornaments and maybe some other ribbon are going to come into play, but I am loving this neutral color. So I'm going to speed it up and kind of show you what it looks like as I continue working down the tree.
Well, I'm all for Christmas, all the happy smiles and the wishes, and I want it all from the lights to the mistletoe. Tell me one thing, is there anything that you're missing? I will keep you warm.
So I had to take a brief intermission and run back to Walmart and purchase more ribbon because the 2 rolls only did pretty much the front half of my tree and then halfway down that side. So I for sure need some more ribbon right here, not necessarily the main back, but I went ahead and grabbed 2 more rolls of that same color. And then I also found this ribbon, which is like the same texture as the other, but it's like a navy-ish, like a heathered navy. And I thought that might be pretty to mix in with the tree as well, since this is such a muted blue and kind of blends in with the white. So I grabbed a roll of this to try to mix in as well. So let me show you what we've got so far going on, and then I'll just continue that same cascading technique down the tree with this color ribbon, and then we're gonna add in the navy. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. And right here in the center, instead of going all the way up to the top, I kind of just started midway with some ribbon, and I will do that periodically through the tree as well. And then I kind of have it stopping before the bottom as you go around the tree. But over here on this side, this is what I'm talking about. I wanted it to be visible at least right here, but then I ran out of ribbon. So I need to continue it down, and then I need to pull that ribbon over here. So this one's fun. It kind of has like a chevron texture that you don't necessarily see at first, but as you are playing with it, you see it. And then you can also choose not to show the chevron side, and it's more of like a just neutral. So I kind of intermixed the ribbon using both patterns.
As soon as you remove that snow, whatever we do, we will be alright. These holiday wonders will open your mind. May all your wishes tonight come true.
This technique really is way more simplistic than I thought it was going to be. Like, the main thing is just to remember to pinch, twist, and then you just fluff it out. So you really can't go wrong with it, especially since you're not trying to like keep like a straight line. And it kind of looks like a hot mess at first, but looking at all the inspiration pictures on Pinterest, I know that this technique comes together. So it's way more simple than I made it out in my head to be. So I think I have all of the light blue that I'm going to do, and now I'm gonna play around with this navy and see if I like it in the tree, how I want to intermix it, or if it's even going to work. I'm not quite sure exactly how I want to do it yet, so I'm gonna play around with it and see what we think.
Dream I knew this Christmas I only wanna be close to you.
Here is the navy in contrast with the light blue, and I really do think that I like that a lot. And once I have all of my Christmas decor pulled together, these colors are gonna really complement it. So instead of starting all of the navy pieces up here at the top, I think I'm just going to randomly fill in with the navy where I feel like the tree needs a little something, and see how that looks, because I think if I try to start it all at the top, it's just gonna look too much. It's just gonna look like too much up there. So I'm gonna try to fill in like these blank spaces, see what it looks like. It's all trial and error, but the beautiful thing about this technique is if you don't like it, you just unwrap it and try again. So this is the end of one of the pieces of navy, and I want it to continue down. So I'm actually going to tie this piece with it back here where I twist it, and then continue it down, and nobody will know that it's not one consistent piece. So that's the beauty of this technique, is you can kind of just like work with it and kind of work with what you got. It makes it a lot more simple. You're not worrying about having to like perfectly measure or trim. It just looks like one consistent piece. So here's an overview of it with the ribbon on. And like I said, it kind of just looks like a tree of ribbon at this point, but once you add in your ornaments and your picks, it really pulls together like a very elegant look. But the wonderful thing about ribbon is once you get it in the tree, you really don't need a whole lot of ornaments to finish it off. So I am going to go ahead and add those now and add the picks, but I do like how this navy pops against the other light blue. love the combination of these like champagne gold ornaments with the ribbon. I feel like they are so pretty and classy, and they're big. You don't need a whole lot of them. So pretty. Up here at the top, we just made our own topper using various Hobby Lobby picks. And I love the way the tree looks. So pretty and classy. I'm gonna add in a couple more picks and then I think it will be complete. So here is the finished product. I just added in some various picks and I really love the way it turned out.
Whatever we do, we will be alright. These holiday wonders will open your mind. May all your wishes tonight come true. The love I lived, the dream I knew. Well, I'm all...
So that's it. 2 very simplistic ways to add ribbon to your tree. Let me know in the comments below if you have tried either of these techniques or if you're going to try them this Christmas season. But if you are new around here, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel. This is the very first video in my Christmas decorating series this year. I know I'm a little bit late to the YouTube decorating ball game. I started decorating later than usual this year, but it's okay. We still have plenty of time till Christmas, and I hope that this was inspiring to you. I will have all of the products that I used on both trees linked in the description box below, as well as the link to the $69 Walmart tree. You don't want to miss it if that's still available. It is a great purchase. But like I said, more videos are to come of my Christmas decorating. I'm going super neutral cozy this year, and I can't wait to share it with you. I already have my mantle exactly how I want it, and it turned out perfect. I had a Pinterest inspiration and I nailed it, if I do say so myself. So those videos will be up and coming soon. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next one.
For Christmas, it's a magical time full of kisses. Take a walk outside and tickle the snowman's nose.